Hello all, welcome to the channel. Today we take a look at Rise, and this game sees us as responsible people taking charge of the economic and social development of this city. You will be influencing a host of tracks. You have got political tracks, you've got culture, science, you've got industry where you can try and get more income, you've got a bank where you can improve your relationships to get cheaper costs when you take these actions. So a host of goodies as you try and have respect for the conservation and not provide too much pollution or increase the satisfaction of the population by avoiding those riots. Now this one is a medium complexity game, 2 to 4 players, and 60 minutes is about right from my players. You've got the designers there and the publisher as well, DLP Games. So let's take a closer look then. This run through, folks, has a 2-player setup. We've got reds and we've got yellows. We've got our starting player tokens here. You got 3 money each, and you can have up to a maximum of 5. So what have we got here? We've got a typical victory point track here. We start on 15, and we've got all these boards, modular boards that we will be going up. And we've got A sides, which is what I've gone with today, and we've got B sides, and you can mix and match, which is fantastic. So we have got, what have we got? We've got politics. We've got, I think that's culture. We've got science. We have got the bank, we've got the bureau, and we've got industry, which are all indicated by the colours and these little symbols at the top, which are important because those symbols match all these bonuses you will be attaining. We've got the news at the top here, or the press, and we've got the education here as well. Again, the symbols are easily visible there. And the bottom, you've got conservation track, and you've got satisfaction. And anything in red you will have to do. So you may be going back to get negative victory points at the end of the game in this instance with these little time symbols, or positive, or what's this one? This is pollution. So pollution or rioting you have to do if you see those symbols anywhere, and any other symbol you may do. Okay, so what we're going to do first, this here dictates the 5 parts of a turn, and there is 12 rounds, and they will be triggered by the end of all these cards. So we've got these events and we've got the actions, which are kind of split into 3 different eras. So you've got the reds and era 2 and era 3. Now the aim is really just to give you a good idea of how this round works, and hopefully a bit of flavour as to what you're going to be doing here, because this is all about getting income, moving up these tracks to develop this city. And you're trying to keep a very close eye on the conservation here and the satisfaction of your citizens as you take the win with all these VPs. So let's just assume yellow is going first. You've got the number 1 spot here, and income in the first round is negated because you start off with some money. We've already placed down these cards. You've got the events that kind of go in these spots here. So you've got 3 events and you've got the actions. Next thing we do, which is going to start, is the yellow player is going to pick which action to go on. Now the costs go from cheap, which is 0, all the way up to 3. So you're going to have to pay these coins straight away. And we start with 3 coins. Now the cards are randomly distributed, so there's nothing to do with strength for the cards in terms of, you know, the strong card here. This equally might have come out here for 0. But what you're playing for is these event cards, and amazingly we've got 3 events that are all city council. I really did not give them a good shuffle, did I? But the further right we go, the more events we are going to activate. So let's just say yellow player wants to go, well, we're looking at the actions then. What do they do? Well, this action here, you're either going to do the top action for free, or you can pay to do the bottom action. So we can't even afford to do this action here. So maybe we wanted to go here, we'd pay 0. And when we come to activate the action, we're going to get 2 movement on the politics track. So we'd go up 2. And we're also going to get to flip one of our newspapers. Now, school tiles. Now, I should add that, well, where should we keep yellow? We'll make sure that's yellow and that's red. We'll use this token here to negate that. So you can flip one of these and use this other school token to move up on the culture track in this case. So maybe that's something we want to do. If we go for this one, we're going to have to pay a coin. Do we want to do the 2 science? Or maybe we want to pay 2 coins to do 2 culture and a science. This one here is a bonus symbol, so we can activate any track with that one. But we can't quite afford to do the bottom action because we've only got 3 coins. So I think yellows are just going to go on this spot here. They're going to pay their coin to the supply, and now it's over to the red player. And this is where it gets interesting. If this player goes in a 2-player setup anyway, anywhere to the left of that current player. Now, I should put this at the bottom, actually, but I don't know if you can quite see that in the camera view. So if this player goes anywhere to the left, this player will immediately get to use one of their school tiles. If not, and they go to the right, then there's no school tile activated. So these guys, let's just say they go here. We won't think too hard. They're paying 0. So they have gone to the left. Yellows get to activate this school tile, which in this case is culture. So they flip it over, and the starting players have a token randomly chosen, got a little star on the back, and you can attain more of those from the education track there. So we are going to go at 1, yellows on the culture, which then gives us a bonus on the bureau track. So we go up 1 there. Now, I'll go through what these do shortly. I just want to give you a demonstration of how this round plays out and then really get into the juiciness of what's going on. So we have now placed, and it reminds you on here that if you've gone to the left of someone, you can activate the school tile as we've just done. We then work our way from left to right. So this will make sense now. So this player's chosen this action. Which action are they going to do, the top or the bottom? Well, they certainly can't afford the bottom, so they're going to do the top action for free, which moves the red player up 1 here. So they're going to get immediately 2 coins. Now, that hand limit of 5 coins only comes into effect at the end of the round. They're then going to move up again. Now, they have to forfeit either a protest riot or some pollution. So which track are they going to go for? If they go for this track, at the end of the game, end of 12 rounds, they're going to exclude -1 victory point. If they go here, nothing is happening. But if they go down here, there's going to be negative consequences. So I think we're going to go down 1 on the satisfaction track. Now, you'll see just above here, dependent on how satisfied our people are, determines the exchange rate of victory points to money, because you may at some point really need money to do all these actions, and you can spend victory points dependent on where that is. So Reds now they've used their 2 movement on the politics trap. They get a free use of one of their school tiles, which is a news track. Now, let's go through politics then while we're here. You're going all the way around. There's points on offer. There's movements in other industries. But the main reason for going up here, because you're probably thinking, well, why did I want to go up here and get, a negative riot or pollution? And I should say it's either or, because there's a little divide symbol there. You are going to get a victory point at the end of the game for each location you've moved. So if you end up, over here, there's a little number in the bottom right. That's how many victory points you're going to get. So that is why you want to focus on politics. Now over to the news area here, we've got red who've got a free movement. So you're following these little arrows. So it's interesting. You're going around these little loops basically and getting the benefits. So are we going to go and get a politics? Are we going to go and get some culture? Maybe we want to get this green tree, which represents a bump up on here. Or maybe we're going to go for some money. I think we're going to go for some money. So we're going to take $2. So they've had some nice little earners there, some money in, money in. Now I should add this one. You can only have 1 cube per spot. So if this yellow player had to move and they wanted to come on this track, which they can do, they just hop over and they go here as their 1 movement. Once you've come out of here, and you can see these have sort of got a little black outline, you immediately go back to here. And this is kind of classed as just a holding area, so it's not actually a spot. And that's the same with all these ones. It's not like you have to go 4 locations to the right or left there. This is just 1 spot in a 4-player game. So the red have done their top action. You put their token back on the first marker there for the next round, which means basically the further left you go, you get less benefits with these events, but you're going to be going first or earlier on in the round on the next turn. So this card has been played. We just discard that one. We now do the event for everyone. So there's only yellows in play here, so they're going to get this event, which is a bump up for yellows on the bureau. Why have yellows started there? Oh yeah, they had a free action movement. And these guys have flipped their news icon as well. So these guys are going to go up again. And I'll go through now the importance of this bureau. So at any point, So, and they could trigger it now if they want. They could move up the dotted line and they could go, right, yeah, I want to activate it now. They would get 1 coin and they'd be able to flip all their school tiles. It would then follow these arrows and not flip school tile, that's flip your monetary amount. So you can flip it 5, so you can hold up to 10 money. And then you always get the chance to flip all the school tiles you've used. So we're not going to do that just yet because we're trying to bump it up here to get some nicer rewards. Now it's over to the yellow player's turn. We've reached their action. So are they going to do 2 science, or are they going to do 2 culture and a science and pay 2 money? So we're looking at the tracks, and the culture track is similar. You're going round and there's extra movement in the yellow here for the satisfaction. It's going to cost a coin. Anything in red, there's VPs and some nice benefits up there for doing increase in victory points. Or are we just going to go 2 science down here? Kind of like the look of that, actually, and we don't have to pay the money. So we're going to go here. So we're going to go, this is yellows, 1 up here. So we get a choice. So we're going to go for the bureau or the bank. I like the bank vote because we're going to move 1 up on the bank. We're going to take a riot in for the yellow. And now I'll go through the bank before we do our second symbol. The bank is about getting into these zones. So if you're in here, you now have the capability to not pay for this first action. So when I come here in future, I don't have to pay that 1 coin. If you get in this area, you're not having to pay for this one or anything before that. If you get to this final spot, you don't have to pay for this one either. So you really want to go to the bank and impress, and then you're not having to pay these costs because you've got a really strong relationship with them. Now we are going to move 1 on because we've got another science movement. So we've got a choice of education or news. Now I've kind of demonstrated news for you. So we're going to do education. So what we do is we follow the arrows up. So we are going to pass through one of these 4 symbols, which gives us more school tiles in our stock here to be able to flip over. So let's just say, we've kind of gone up one on the bank and we're quite interested in that. We're going to go and attain this bank tile. This is ours. This is ours for the game. So we have it face up. We have completed our 2 science. We bring this back and all of these cards are now used because there's no one else here to benefit from these. So these all go in the discard. And that is literally, we're over to the end of the phase now. So these 2 symbols mean you are going to check you have the relevant amount of money in terms of your limit. So unfortunately, the red player's got 3, 4, 5, 7. So that is a big shame. So they're putting 2 back in the supply and these cards are fine. You're then going to score victory points at the end of a round. Now, most of the points on the A game are based on end game ones. But it reminds you here, this little symbol ended around that if you are in the satisfaction track, so let's say yellows were here, and there was no one to the right of them, they're going to get 1 victory point. But you have to be in this satisfaction track. So no one is, so no one's getting a point for that. You then come back around, and that was literally 1 round. So we're going to get income now. Now, income is based on the industry here, and the further you go along, the more income you get, and there's VPs. But as you build more industry, you are polluting this city more, and you're going to go down here. So you're kind of having to negate your development and industry of these green trees elsewhere. So every player's going to get 1 coin. And we're going to stop back up. So we're going to fill these events in the middle. Hopefully my shuffle is better now, and that's good. And we're going to bring out the actions. There we go. Over to placement now. So red is up this time. So what have we got then? The events. We've got conservation, there's trees, there's victory points, and there is the ability to use one of your school tiles. We've got a nice industry one here. And how much money has red got? Well, they got quite a bit of money. So maybe they want to come up here because then they can get all these nice events, which I think they're going to do. So they're going to go, boom, pay their free money. Over to yellows. Now, pretty much anywhere yellow goes, red is getting a benefit, which is a big shame, actually, because their tile has not been flipped. And they have not got the capability to use this either. So that's a big shame. Maybe they would have gone here instead, but we've gone there just to show you the strategy as to where to place your token and how you're thinking carefully to get the most efficiency out of these school tiles. So yellow then, they've got free money and they can go here with no cost, which is all about the culture track. So maybe we want to consider that one. Let's give that a go, eh? Okay, I kind of like this one as well, actually, but we can't afford 4. Do I want to go up on the bank even more? Yes, we're going to do that because there is money on offer there as well. There we are. Okay. So we're then going to work left to right. So no one's done this action. Both players are to the right of this event. So they're both going to get a bump up on here. This action doesn't play. Both players are going to get 2 victory points immediately. Now it's over to yellows. So which action are they going to pick? Well, they can't afford the bottom one. They could spend 3 victory points to get a coin. They're not going to do that. They're just going to do the top one, which is a movement up on the bank. And they're going to take 1 down on the rioting. They're going to take 1 extra VP. And they're going to get free money. Boom. That one's completed. They go first there for next round. Now this player is the only one to the right of it, so they're going to get a free school tile. And as we kind of said, that's a big shame because they have not got one to use. Over to the action then. So they're probably going to go for this bottom action because the top one is either or. This one is both. So they're going to pay their 2 money. They're going to get a movement up of their choice first. So maybe we're going to go science. So let's go, because the culture one is going to give them that as well. Okay, culture is going to give us a bump up on here. And the science one is going to give us a bump up again on the bureau. Or we could go for the bank. Let's go for the bureau. So we've got another one up on the bureau. Now, they've played that one. Now, at any time, remember, you can activate this. And we'll demonstrate that now. So we are going to go upwards. We're going to get a coin. That's for red. And we're going to be able to flip this one. So now we can hold up to 10 coins, which we really could have done with last round. Come all the way back. And we flip our school tiles as well. And that's how that works. The further you get, so stronger the benefits are. End of round then. The money. Oh, these guys are actually a coin over, so they've lost a coin. These guys are fine. We have no one in this satisfaction area to gain a victory point, which reminds you there. Back around, folks. So we're going to get some income, 1 coin each. And we are going to draw these actions. Here we go. Let's see what we got. And we'll draw some events so you can see how smooth this is. Now, before I place down, let's see if there's anything I've missed out here. So we'll start with the bank. Yeah, we've mentioned as you get in those phases, you're getting discounts. The bureau, you're trying to get these benefits to come back around. You've got bonuses, 5 VPs, extra movement on this conservation track. Industry's all about the income from round to round. You're trying to keep these people happy. You want satisfaction for end game points. You don't want to be taking negatives. And if you ever get to these little arrows at the end, you're getting 2 points straight away gained and 3 points lost. This one, yep, extra VPs if you're really good with your conservation. But if you come down here, this symbol, if you can kind of see, it's a school tile with an arrow through it, which means you take one of these, you put it on your school tiles, and you can't activate them until you've come off it. You're going to get 2 rioting for going there, and minus 5 VPs every time you bump up there. This one, yep, we've kind of demonstrated when you get to the top or here and you see that symbol, you get to use a school tile rather than constantly gaining them. You can only ever have 4 at once. This one, yep, we've demonstrated you go round and round, you come back in, you keep going. So these ones, you've got the science, which is kind of similar symbols, some points on offer. Your politics, as we said, there's some nasties, but there's some really nice. First person to get here is going to get 2 VPs. Second person in the 2-player games getting nothing, so you're racing to get those VPs. And this one tends to be more about the satisfaction and some bonuses, and you can turn money into VPs as well at certain points. But the B-sides, folks, I can't go through all in this video, but some lovely variations to these different boards. Okay, we'll play this round out and we'll leave it there. So what have we got? We're going to place yellow first. Now we're looking at these, and we've got some nice events. It's a shame. Oh no, that's not too bad. We get to play a book, and then we get to flip our books, and then we get to play a book. So maybe yellow, if they've got the money, which they have, are going to go up here and they're going to pay free money. Red's only got free money, but they could still come up here. Now, they're going to have to go to the left of that player if they do, which equally is a bit frustrating for yellow. Oh, we can see a mega plan now. I will show you this. So these guys, where are they going to go? They're going to go here. Pay their 2 money. So these guys have gone, the reds have gone to the left of yellow, so they get to trigger a school tile. They've got this one available, which is going to be a movement up on the bank. So we go there, we take a riot in. Now we are in this zone. So on future rounds, we can get this one for free, which is great. But we've got no more school tiles, but I'll show you how we can activate that in a moment. No one's played this action. That's discarded. This action, so red is going to get to utilise one of their tokens. So they're going to go up on the media, and that was red. So they're going to get one bump up on the bureau trap. And the yellows then, they haven't got any tokens, but they can use this now anytime. So they can go up here. They're going to take a coin. And this is yellows. They're going to flip this to 10. Come back here and get to flip their tiles, which is why it's very useful to keep that action in reserve. And back here again. So now they get to use one of these tokens, and which we go for? Culture, maybe. Yeah, we're going to go for culture. So we flip that over again. We move up on here. We're going to pay a coin to go up the satisfaction track because we get a little bit too far down there for my liking. So that's that one done. No one's used that action. Everyone gets to reflip their books, which is kind of perfect timing. Red player is going to... What should we do? We'll spend a coin. We've got one coin left. We're going to do 2. We may do 2 industry. And the reason I say that is because can you actually handle that much pollution? But we have to do the rioting. So red is going down 1 here. And they're going to go up 1 here, which means they're coming down 1 here. And they're going to go for it. They're going to go 1 more again, 1 down here. Okay, so we've done that card. That's out. Red's going to be first next round. This one, only the yellows get to do this one. So they're going to activate one of these again. Now, they used them and then they've been flipped. So you can see the power of having variety by going and get your education. So we're going to go at the bank. We're going to do culture. Let's go for the bank. So we're going to go 1 up here. We're going to have to take a rioting. We're going to get a victory point and free money, which is very nice. All about the banking. That's completed. So now they actually get their action. So they're going to do the top of the bottom. Well, they got the money. So we're going to spend 1 coin, 1 on the news. So this is yellow, so they can go to any track, including this one if they want. So we're looking at the board and we're figuring out, well, which one's best? I think we're going to have to go for that one there because we might have an opportunity to get a lot of victory points if we continue that path. And we get to choose a tile. So we're going to go at 1 on this one and gain a victory point. And that was them done. They're back. And we now... Did we use that tile? That was reds, wasn't it? Yeah, we used these. So they're going to get... They're within the hand limit. They've got no money. These guys, there's no one in the satisfaction. And that is it, folks. So we go back to income. Now, income, you can see the red players committed some industry, some pollution. They're now going to get 2 money and a victory point from round to round. And you literally keep going, folks. Eventually, these will run out. You will then do some endgame scoring, wherever this sort of time track marker is. So you're going to get VPs depending on how far you're on it, or negatives. There's some VPs on offer on one of the places on the board. I think you can turn some of these. I think they're instant those. On the B side, there's more places to get victory points. But you're going to, don't forget your politics. You're going to get 1 victory point for each space you've moved. And just here. And whoever has the most victory points is the winner. There we go, folks. That is Rise.